This podcast is protected under the laws of the United States and other countries. Unauthorized duplication, distribution, or exhibition may result in civil liability, criminal prosecution, and the wrath of the tall man.
Boy!
And thank you for downloading 90 for Chill, the podcast. This is your host, Cool Movies Darth, the finest CM in Illinois. I'm better known as Russ Stevens. This week, we're not going to really have a traditional episode. I'm going to let you know that we've got a lot of things lined up for the future. I appreciate everybody giving me suggestions on what to do for the podcast, episode-wise. I'm currently in a vampire binge, which I'm going to be saving up for the future, but we're talking movies like Daybreakers and some indie stuff like Blood-Sucking Bastards and the lesbian dramedy A Bit. As for this week, I'm really going to try making my goal to get this very concise so we can probably get it onto YouTube, expand the podcast's reach. I had a funny little conversation that I happened to record with my older sister because an iPhone will pick up anything. Testing that today because I have my fan running in here at least. You got to appreciate concise microphones, especially the ones from Blue. I'm going to go and cut to that. And then I'll come back to you, and I will try to elaborate on that conversation. Just a revelation I had while taking a shower. That's how I found atheism, and I think that's how I found some genius about something I'm calling communist streaming networks. So stick around, please. This is going to be a brief one. All I can otherwise say is follow me on Twitter at MainEventZombie for podcast updates. If you want to get a little more knowledge about me, my Twitter handle is at CatBusRuss. If you want to be on the podcast, give me a director, a theme, an actor, and just focus on the sub 100-minute movies, DM me on Twitter, or you can send an email to rustthebus07@gmail.com. Thanks again for your support. We'll have a more traditional show next week, that I can promise.
Little Hand says it's time to rock and roll. Bring the noise.
So, because iPhones can pick up any noise, just a brief little tidbits with the big sis, the Poetic Critic on Letterboxd. So she was educating me today about the Pixar Disney issues. Primarily that for $20 you can watch a Pixar movie as a new release, while $30 you get to watch a guaranteed franchise, otherwise known as a Disney animated feature.
No, what it is it's for the monthly standard fee, you get the Pixar movie, and it's a $30 upcharge for other movies.
So it's not even a $20 upcharge.
No, there's no upcharge at all.
So, okay, I think this is a cinephile's dream, not having to gamble on risky Disney projects, just keeping your Pixar stuff. I don't see the flaw here. This is all about Pixar animators' ego.
No, I don't think it's that. I think it's as much about respect for the filmmakers in question and that they put the same amount of effort into their projects, if not more, than the stuff that is getting the surcharge.
So, to make everything equal, we need a communist streaming service.
No, but this is part of what people don't like about the whole content hose concept, where they keep just shoveling stuff out, and a new Pixar movie doesn't get treatment any more special than the next season of High School Musical, the musical, the series.
You see, now you just intrigued me. I gotta know what kind of train wreck that is. Thank you, Pixar, for exposing the train wreck that must be High School Musical, the series.
It wouldn't have had a second season if people weren't watching it.
Yes, but as you say, the content hose, maybe you don't really get a choice. It's just so easy to just shove stuff down people's throats.
But that's the thing.
Let me get my lighter out. We can burn those taste buds away from you, Roar. One of us.
It's not funny.
Superman!
As it turns out, I just have a little over 5 minutes to rant about the concept of a communist streaming platform. I should say it's probably at this point more of a socialist streaming platform, but hey, I've been called out for libertarians for saying I'm a socialist and then being quizzed on all of Marx's works, primarily his first work, The Doctrine of Communism and what have you. But I was just thinking, as I said, in the shower, I guess Buddha had a waterfall, maybe, all about meditation. I was thinking about this as I was going to compose this episode up, and it came to mind, what if the federal government just purchased Netflix? There's so much streaming content, I don't think anybody's going to jump at the concept of canceling it. At least not right away. Yeah, we're going to have to come up with season 5 of Stranger Things, what have you. And I'm not privy to the financials of Netflix. But I figure they spend half their money on creating new content, and they stash the rest. And I'm thinking, what if we use that rest for healthcare? We're not taxing the people. We're just putting it into a national health system. The one thing in England that Margaret the Milk Snatcher Thatcher was not able to take away from those citizens. I'm not going to say that Netflix's profit margin may be able to totally sustain that, but it's got to come in handy somewhere. Dare I say, infrastructure, expansion of broadband internet, education. I'm sure this is something we could pass the Democratic Senate without busting the filibuster. This is a one-time investment, I would say. I mean, okay, you want the number, we're probably looking at, I'd say Netflix is probably worth $50 billion, so I'm willing to say let's throw $300 billion at them, and at least we have that source of income. I don't know, I mean, you can say, we'll use it for indoctrination of our kids and such, and no, I don't think we should necessarily use it for that. I'm just saying that, hey, at the ridiculous price we're paying, $15 a month, if they have 200 million subscribers at $15 a month, let's see, 15 times 10 is 150, so we're looking at 300. So I don't know, is that $3 billion a month? That's more than we can expect from a lot of things in this world. All we have to do is keep up with the Tiger King, keep making Witcher episodes. I mean, it's not like Republicans are going to say we're doing anything more to indoctrinate our country towards liberal values. We already know that all entertainment is indoctrinating our society to liberal concepts. It's all ideal stuff. Fairy tales are liberal. There's no, unless you go into the grim stuff where it's all about lessons and why you shouldn't be a douche because somebody's going to punish you. I think we've figured out by 2021 that punishment is not a deterrent. It's only understanding, and you can't go and change people from being not like you, from being pure and afraid of God, which is really... That's what Fox News is for, and I'm not saying the government should buy Fox News. I say we should have a melee at the center of the 5 points, and that's how we decide if Fox News remains. Good night.
Can I hear a wahoo?